Right now, we're on a mission to rescue everything we can. I heard these words earlier this week when I was at my favorite local used bookstore, the Book Rescuers, and they were spoken by the owner of the store. I love this bookstore. They get all types of book donations and contributions and sell them extremely cheaply. So, because of that, I can participate in that rescue mission. In fact, don't we all, as junk journalers, want to rescue paper and keep it from being put in landfills, but instead find creative reuses for it all? And of course, we can't do it all, but hey, we're going to try to do our part because in my case, this week, and I'm recording this on Friday, February 20th, I rescued more than 60 books. So I want to show you the things I've picked up this week through going to the used bookstore and thrifting and a few other things. We'll start our little tour with some of my favorites. I love me a little golden book. It is like my kryptonite. I will collect every single little golden book I can. So these were the little golden books that I've picked up this week. The regular size ones I make into ephemera holders, and the little ones I will likely deconstruct and put them and file them by category. Sometimes I also include them in Happy Mail, gifts, and other of my ephemera kits. But these are my little golden books that I'm adding to my extensive collection. Now, I typically like to go for vintage books because I like the vintage book page ephemera, but I will buy modern books if there's a particular reason. So I got this one. This is not a vintage book, but I collect unicorns because I will be making a unicorn junk journal for myself in the coming months, maybe later in the year. So I wanted to get this because I cannot pass up little cute little unicorns. I also got this book, The Wizard of Oz, and I got this primarily because I see others in the community who like Wizard of Oz. So as I share via Happy Mail and other ways, I wanted to be able to have some ephemera related to that story. I got this book, I Believe I Can, because I do try to collect children's books with children of color. I got this one, 10 for Dinner. I thought I might be able to use this come Thanksgiving time when I do my November junk journal. The idea of going to dinner. I thought that could be fun. It is vintage. I got this one, The Very Best Place for a Penny. Since we no longer print pennies in our money printing, I wanted to have this. And I don't know how I'm going to use it, but hey, I'll find a way. I do collect pirates. Here in the Tampa Bay area, pirates are a big thing. Right now, we're in Gasparilla season. So I enjoy finding paper and the book pages and any type of ephemera related to pirates. So I consider pirates one of my quote unquote special collection topics. Then I also have this book, Who Has Dragon Parades. I do like to try to be inclusive of different cultures in my ephemera. So I wanted to get this, particularly as we've just had Chinese New Year. So I haven't looked through this extensively, but I want to look through and see if I can pull any of these particular images for my junk journaling during this period to talk about Chinese New Year. But it may not apply. However, I do appreciate having pages that represent different cultures. I am a sucker for a book about a library because my professional career is in library and information sciences and knowledge management. I'm all about organizing in libraries and helping people connect to different information needs. So I will pick up a children's book about library in a heartbeat. So I got these for that reason. And Sesame Street, I enjoy collecting Sesame Street, so I got these vintage children books. This is cool. I want to be a doctor. But I particularly am collecting and focusing on Cookie Monster right now because I am planning a Cookie Monster junk journal for myself. But that has led me to want to collect other Sesame Street characters, so I am doing that. And these books will be a great addition. And I like how it features the different letters and numbers because using those can be nice touches for our junk journaling, can't they? This book has a nice hodgepodge of different topics that it covers, but because it focuses on collectibles, this is going to allow me to build up my ephemera on many different topics and areas. Look at that, Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus. In fact, here in the Tampa area in Sarasota, we have the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Museum. I haven't been there yet, but I do want to go. And I am collecting on circus themes, so this will be fun. But there's other household things in here, animals, plates, other topics covered. Princess and the Pea. This is a story I'm personally collecting. So yeah, I got this book because of the variety of content that it covers that's going to be fun to put in the junk journal. I got this book on tattoos also because of the different topics. I don't particularly focus on collecting tattoos, but I do like to collect on different themes. So my plan is to cut this up and look for how I can file these images in the different categories that I categorize my ephemera by. For example, that koi fish is going to go in my animal collection. This tiger is going to go in my animal collection. So it just depends, but I think tattoos are a great way to show off other forms of art. We're artists in our own respect and regards as junk journalists, and I love appreciating the artistry of tattoos. Just gorgeous. I mentioned that I'm collecting circus ephemera, so I did pick up a couple books, historical books about the circus, because this is going to be nice to use in my own junk journals and in my ephemera packs. And this is a foreign language publication about circus history. So I got this so that I've already started cutting into it. I got this so that I can use that in my ephemera as well. I'm trying to build up my book page ephemera on different animals. So I got different children's books about animals. So this one's about a hermit crab. This is a lion. This has particular relevance to my husband. He's a Leo and very much a Leo. I am collecting elephants as well. And I started collecting the elephants because I have come across a few of my fellow junk journal friends who like elephants. So you know what? This could end up in Happy Mail. You never know. And then I have this one. Now, these books right here that I'm going to show you next, these are going to be used for my April junk journal, which is going to have a bunny theme and Easter, which is the season of spring, right? So chicks is good for that. This is book page ephemera I'll be using because I do use book pages in my own personal junk journals. The Velveteen Rabbit classic story. Since my April junk journal will feature rabbits, I needed to pick that up. And I needed to pick this one up for that same reason. So these are going to get put in my collection of stuff for my April junk journal. I'm very excited. The Gift of the Magi, I got this one because O. Henry lived in the city I grew up in, Greensboro, North Carolina. So I enjoy collecting anytime I see a book of this particular short story. So that way I can include it and know that there's a personal connection when they appear in my junk journaling. I also picked up the storybook Hansel and Gretel because I do like children's stories. This is a book from the 70s of stories and fables. You may remember these Childcraft books if you happen to have been around. So I plan on going through here and pulling out the different short stories and using them for my junk journaling and my kits. Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves. I really like this book. I think the illustrations in here are so well done. Look at that. I got Thumbelina's Song, Rumpelstiltskin's Daughter, my ABC of nursery rhymes. Oh, I really like books that do the letters of the alphabet in fun ways because I like to use those letters in different capacities in junk journaling. So I wanted to pick this up. This is vintage, and this is actually from overseas, I believe. I think this is published in, this is published in Great Britain. So might be some cultural differences here, but I'm looking forward to working with that. And Grimm's Fairy Tales. Ooh, and I got me a Disney collection set. I have Walt Disney's Pooh, Sleeping Beauty. I have the 101 Dalmatians. Got this book about Donald Duck. I do collect Disney, which is perfect for me. I live about an hour and a half away from Orlando. So I really enjoy collecting Disney. I might be becoming a Disney adult. We'll see. I think junk journaling is turning me into one. Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. But I have a lot of fun with it. I have a little golden book version of The Prince and the Pauper, and this was cool. This is a really vintage book, Walt Disney Surprise Package. This one, I want to say, is from the 60s. Let me check the date on this real quick. Actually, maybe the date isn't in here. Oh, here it goes. Let's see. The date on this one is, 1944 is the copyright. Oh, is that when this was published? I don't know. I need to double check, but this is an old story. I am working on building up my Florida ephemera for state swaps. So I picked up a couple of bookmarks from the bookstore I was telling you about. I got this book about historic St. Augustine, Florida, this magazine about Florida wildlife, and this book of seashells, how appropriate because we're at the beach, right? Oh yeah, and this one is also a little bit of history of Florida. I got this Life magazine, 50 years anniversary issue. I think we're all familiar with Life and the different types of images and ads that are in here. So I don't think I need to say much about why I would have picked this one up. And then I have these couple of very large volume publications with artwork in it that includes both sketches and drawn and painted art. Looking forward to using that. Playing cards and other types of cards galore, including this vintage card deck with Pan Am. Those are going to get turned into charms. That's fun. And yeah, that's a lot of rescuing, isn't it? I share all this for inspiration. I've got a lot to do, but let me know if you saw something you like. Happy journaling.